present to you this yad, this Torah pointer, presented to Ronald and Barbara Zukin, the Chesed Award, presented with heartfelt appreciation for your dedication and commitment to furthering Jewish education. May you go from strength to strength, Mechayel El Chayil. Chabad at the Shore, Evening of Tribute, August 22nd, 2013. Mazel tov.
Mindy, that's a lot of dead chickens. Your father thanks you, and your mother believes you. You have the core essence of both of your grandmothers. Mindy, may your light always shine. We graciously and humbly accept this award, and Barbara, we have a great place for it. It will hang next to the micrography of the Alter Rebbe, so that everyone that walks into our house will see both. Tova, we thank you for this award. As we know from the priestly blessing that Hashem's greatest gift is Shalom. And Tova, you have brought a peaceful existence to Barbara. All honors go to you, to Rabbi Shmuel, to Mashi and Avram, and to all the Rappaports, the Blazinskis, the Bronsteins, the Lermans, the Richters, and the Vogels. You've inspired us, you've guided us, you've supported us, and you have educated us. Thank you for your vision and your kindness and your friendship, guiding us in the Rebbe's path of Ufaratza, spreading the message, and the performance of mitzvah. And to everyone else gathered here tonight, you have it listed in the Rebbe's army. In moving the microphone, you may have not heard that. You have been listed in the Rebbe's army. We're not going to shave your heads, and we're not going to give you combat boots, and we're not going to issue you olive drab uniforms. But we are going to request that you do what you have been doing and done tonight, supporting Chabad, loving your fellow man, and especially loving your fellow Jew. A hearty mazel tov to you, Jessica and Jason. Aren't we lucky to have such young leaders? Did you notice the two photos in the invitation, and even when you walked in? You see this young, charming couple. They're head-to-head, neck-to-neck, embraced. And then by contrast, you see the Old Leaders Award, but they called it peasant. And they're like apart. But we're strongly connected by one heart and one neshama, and that's what happens after 44 years. Happy anniversary, my Barucha. I know of no woman who spends more time ardently praying when lighting Shabbat candles. And you know what? It works. I'm happy to say that my nephew David Avery named after our eldest son, has found his bashert and is going to be married in 2 more months. It was David who accompanied Barbara and I when we left Westchester, crossed the Mason-Dixon line into Wilmington, Delaware for our first exposure to the new Chabad Shaliach, Rabbi Vogel, for Purim and Simchas Torah. And I have only one thing to say to you out there. Don't let your lives end without at least spending 1 Simchas Torah and 1 Purim at a Chabad shul. And now, with your permission, I would like to direct my remarks to my young cousins, to my grandsons, and to my great niece and great nephews. See, most people who receive such awards get this for what they did for organizations, but not in our case. We received this for what Chabad has done for us. We stand on the shoulders of giants of chesed in our families. Avraham Zukin, a leader in the Landsman Burial Society, known for his generosity. People came to him for business advice and personal loans. Adam, you have his name. And Barbara's father, Tzvi Ben Shimon, Harold Doppel, Harrison, you are named for him. His midot are legendary, keeping the Jewish community of Westchester, Pennsylvania, united, serving as the UJA chairman, as the District 4 president, 4 state district president, as a cemetery chairman, as president of the shul, and vice president for over 18 years. You need only ask Bennett Goldstein what kind of man he was. And I want you to know that it was Grandma, Ann Doppel, that Barbara learned her welcoming hospitality. She grew up in a home where rabbis, community, and especially people in need congregated. But children, it was during the holiday of Sukkot that I was fortunate to be in Crown Heights in the sukkah of Rabbi Lerman, and it was during a horrible torrential rain. As we all know, the mitzvah of dwelling in a sukkah is comparable to immersion in a mikveh, because as you are surrounded in water, so you are surrounded in a high level of spirituality, but in this case, also water. So I asked my drenched self, as the roof was caving in, what am I doing here? Why are we Lubavitch the only ones who stay in a sukkah in inclement weather? Don't we have enough sense to come in out of the rain? And then it came to me. This is just what my Alta Zeta did, and the memories resurfaced. He had the seat by the eastern wall in the Lubavitch Synagogue in Philadelphia. I remember asking my mom, why does Zeta Yankel use a cane only sometime? And she responded, in his neighborhood, he is regarded as a holy man. But when he leaves his neighborhood, children will taunt him and pull his beard, but they're afraid of him when he walks with his cane. All the mothers in the neighborhood brought their sons during World War II to be blessed by him, and they all returned safely, no Purple Hearts. And I remember when he would take my twin brother and I in a corner and bless us. That guy over there who looks like me was also honored by Chabad of Chester County. See, blessings work also. And they all lived in abject poverty, as my mother's father died at a young age, leaving 3 children under the age of 5 to be cared for. Zadie uncle worked in a factory where he was given the key to dye brushes as the only employee there on a Sunday. He would bring home on occasion a sponge ball from the roof of the factory. It was one of the few toys that they had. He would go to homes, especially of non-observant, who needed a minyan, Kaddish recited, prayers for the infirm and terminally ill, never accepting funds directly. They had to be brought to the shul. And how did he get there? On a trolley car with a slip of paper with an address. See, he only spoke Yiddish. Yaakov Yosef came to me as an invited guest, and now I know why we do well in a sukkah in all kinds of weather. When he died, my brother and I were only 5 years old, my sister 12. All his seforim were given to his shul friends. We do not have his books, but we do have his Lubavitch blood in our veins and his neshama in our hearts. And my eldest grandson and my eldest nephew have his name. We knew that this was our destiny. Ending now, I return to all of you. See, Barbara and I were given a life we did not choose. We inherited our deceased sons' painful, unlived years. We have not squandered our inheritance. We have chosen the path we have taken to honor their lives by supporting Jewish education and Gemilat Chasadim, not just deeds of kindness, but of those who have come before us, deeds of true loving kindness. Chabad has taught us to awaken every day wondering, what mitzvah can we do today? Thank you, Chabad. Thank you, Rebbe, for guiding us on this path. Because of all your support for Chabad programs, for all your mitzvah, Barbara and I pray that you will all be granted a new year abundantly full of life, liberty, and the pursuit of mitzvot todah rabbah. Most people think Chabad is all about praying. They're wrong. It's all about dancing, singing, and l'chaim. But here is another perspective, people caring about people, which you'll see in this video.
Frankenstorm. It was very tough watching the news of Hurricane Sandy.